Hello and welcome back to the show for 2025. I'm so pleased to be here and I'm kicking it off with a case study for you called Sit, Cinderella, Sit. This is a puppy love memoir by Lisa Cheek. The show today is brought to you thanks to the Your Family Stories system, which helps you record a loved one's life story. And this is a free gift from me to you, and I'll have more information at the end of the show on how to get your free sections. So Sit, Cinderella, Sit by Lisa Cheek. It is a unique life story. It's a blend of fairy tale elements and real life. Really unusual, really charming. Now, Cheek is a former TV commercial editor, and she actually got a call from a Hollywood movie maker at 2:45 in the morning asking her did she want to make the original Cinderella story. By the way, it's in China. So did she grant him this wish, and how did she write this story? And she's also got some tips for us as life story creators. So let's jump into the first half of the show, which is about what this book is about, a little bit about Cheek. So she published it and she was aged 62, and in short, it's a story about her 4 months spent editing on location in the border areas of China, so quite remote. The only language being spoken was Mandarin, including that's what the language the film was being shot in. She shared a house with 14 guys who worked on the film, also only knew Mandarin. And along the way, she rescued 2 dogs. So a bit of a really unusual story. And Cheek herself describes herself as a late bloomer. She loves to travel, she loves reading, and she loves hanging with her dogs or her mutts. Now, this is the first in a 3-book project for her, and it was kind of inspired when her dad died. She went to visit a psychic, and the psychic relayed a message from her dad saying, you need to tell your China story. She was very supported by friends to get started on this life story project. So let's get into section 2 now about the writing of this book. Now, it was a bit of a labour of love. It took a few years. She said she started it in February 2019 and finished it just last month on January 14, 2025. Now, when she began, she said she was told that memoir's dead, you need to make your story into a novel. And she said, look, I tried, I really did try, but I just wasn't happy with the result. And it wasn't until she went to a writers' conference where she knew no one that she then connected with an editor and her publisher. So she said the barrier for her in writing this was finding people who really understood her story. But the rewards from doing this were so great. She says all of it's rewarding. And a quote from her when I caught up with her was, from beginning the project to learning how to make it better, to me, the people I met along the way, it was all rewarding, all of it. So really encouraging words from Cheek there to get us motivated for our own writing. But what lessons can she leave us with? Now, there was a couple. She said when she was writing her book, the last 7 chapters are really about a life lesson, that knowing that things always work out. And for her, that involved unexpected places and wonderful people. But tips for us when we're doing our own writing, there was 3 she had for us. 1, work with people who understand your story or really get your story. Then throw yourself into that writing community. And thirdly, support other authors. Really get to help them and they will help you, and you are on this journey together. So there you go. That's a case study on how an ad editor ended up on the set of a Chinese fairy tale. Now, to recap, we've talked a little bit about what Sit, Cinderella, Sit is about, how it came to be, and lessons we can take away from Cheek for our own life, for our own life story creating. And I think the real transformative element you can take from this case study is that facts really are better than fiction. So there she was being told to write it as a novel, when in fact, facts are better than fiction at the end of the day. So go the true life stories. Now, I've written a whole article about this case study over at my website. You can go find it at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/sit Cinderella sit. Now, I'll have links for this in the show notes or at the bottom of this screen or platform, and you can go check that out. You can get a link to buy the book, Sit Cinderella Sit. You can learn more about Cheek, and there's other resources there to help you with your life story creating. But before I go, I want to know, have you got a real life fairy tale story or anecdote that you'd like to share? Something that is so out there, so crazy and unique, you think you'd made it up, but it is actually real life. I'd love for you to share it. Pop it in the comments here or over at the website at that article. I'd love to hear what you have or what you can come up with. Before I go, I mentioned the Your Family Story system at the top of the show. So this is broken down into the key steps you can use to interview a loved one about their life and record their memories to be celebrated into the future. Now, these are tried and true methods that I have used for many decades as a journalist, and I know that they're going to work for you and for your loved ones. So I'm giving free sections to this system away, and you can just get a hold of those by going to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/free. So before I go, I'm so happy to be back here for 2025. If you've got any topics or books you'd like me to review, please let me know. You can go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. Drop me a line there. Anything to do with life stories, whether that's planning, creating, polishing or publishing. And I will be back again soon with another topic. I'd be really glad if you could follow, subscribe, like the show, share it with a friend. And until then, happy writing.